Bring your whole body to your attention. Notice the space that your body is in and how it is that you're situated, if you're sitting or lying down or standing. We know that through our sense perceptions of pressure and connection with different parts of the environment. We might also have an image of that. Take a couple of deeper breaths than usual. Breathe in a little bit more full. See if you can feel the breath moving into the sides of the rib cage. And then exhale, deliberately let yourself relax. So we just put our attention on the relaxation through the exhale. Let that exhalation go through your body from head to toes. And then as you exhale again, allow yourself to relax a little bit more. And a little bit more. When we turn our attention inward for our practice, generally speaking, we're in an environment that's safe for us. So notice if that's the case, notice that there's enough safety here that you can tune in and relax. Let yourself settle, let your guard down. And for this practice to really focus on resting. We don't have to be active through our speech or our action in our hands or our legs. We can pull back a little and rest. Before I came to the practice today, I was feeling a lot of gratitude for my life, for my mind, for this community that we practice with, for the people that I'm connected with, my family, friends, all of you. And I was also connecting with a time when I felt quite desperate and very unhappy and hopeless when I was a teenager. And with other people who feel the same way. Some of them felt that way at the time. Certainly those were some of the people that I was hanging out with and doing drugs with. And there are still a lot of people who feel like that now. Some of them are teenagers, some of them are older. There's a lot of suffering in the world. And as we tune in to do this practice, we could notice that all of this complexity is here. We have all of these experiences, and some of them are difficult. And we have emotional responses to experiences, and our bodies respond, our nervous systems respond. And we can also, even in the midst of whatever difficulties are going on, we can also notice what there is to be grateful for. And part of what I'm grateful for is that I'm alive and that I have a body, that I have a mind that sometimes experiences some turbulence, but that overall is healthier than it used to be. I'm grateful that I know there is healing and there is always hope that we can heal. There are really good ways and supports in healing. And I'm grateful that I can pay attention to the flow of breath in my nose. And this is a familiar anchor for me. I've done this breathing practice for 25 years. And it feels like home when I tune into my body and tune into my breath. I know that when I breathe in, I can feel that coolness of the in-breath. I can feel it through the back of the mouth and a bit down into the throat. I can feel my diaphragm muscle. When I relax my stomach, I can feel my breath getting softer, slower. And thousands of times I've tuned into my breath and allowed that to relax and soothe my whole system. I notice that when I relax and allow my breathing to become smoother and more continuous, that my whole system settles. I can focus on my breath and let my mind stabilize, become more focused and quiet. I'm happy that I'm so familiar with my own experience and the way that I work. It's not a mystery to me anymore. I know that when I put my attention into the forehead and eyebrows, that I often find a bit of tightness there. And when I focus on softening those muscles, it helps me relax. When I notice my jaw and mouth, I don't any longer clench my teeth. Generally now I feel a sense of softness and relaxation through my jaw and my teeth, my mouth. The back of my neck, my shoulders. Sometimes have a bit of activation there, and I can usually relax that with the breath. How wonderful it is to be able to have the safety and the ability to turn inward and notice and attend to ourselves, be kind, allow everything to be. Over the years, I've developed a deep acceptance and love for myself. I'm so grateful to be here. And as we tune into our own experience and hear the words and notice our thoughts and responses, there are always, or at least often, things that come up that maybe we wish were a bit different, or something that we wish hadn't happened, or something we wish had happened, or we might notice a pattern in our mind or feel sadness, or so many things that could come up as we're doing the practice of tuning in, turning inward. Notice if there can be an openness and a friendliness towards your experience. We don't always feel gratitude for some of the harder things. That's natural. I find a sense of honoring my experience and honoring the courage of other people. Gratitude that we're able on so many levels to come together and do a practice. And that every time we do, things get better. Things don't always get more comfortable right at the beginning. And I know from experience that this is how we heal. It becomes possible for us to turn towards our experience, be present with ourselves. Be kind. When I look back on how messed up I was at different parts of my life and how much suffering there was, I'm so happy that I don't feel that way anymore. That when hard things come, I have a basic sense of being able to work with them. I can relax my body and I can work with my breath. I know about thought streams and compulsions and anxiety and how to work with that. And I've seen it hundreds of times how people can heal from those kinds of difficult situations. And I know it from my own experience. So as we sit here and tune in and notice our bodies and our breath, notice our thoughts, our energy, a lot of what comes up for me is gratitude. Coming back again and again to this simple joy of breathing, of relaxing our bodies, of being present. Noticing that cool air as we breathe in, that softness and relaxation as we breathe out.